Oh my god, Shah, can you guess what the courier just brought in? Let me tell you.
Is this some kind of like lame or dumb joke you have for me?
No dumb jokes, just dummies. Today we're gonna check out the Aorus RGB Memory with dummy modules. You dummy.
Right after this, guys.
Yeah, right after this.
We spend most of our lives on the internet. We watch movies, we listen to music, and we play games. The internet is a space for us to be free and do whatever we like, so it should never be restricted. In fact, it's thanks to Digi that you're watching this video right now. Digi gives you the freedom to internet your way, any day. More details in the description section below.
Hey guys, I'm Shane and this is
Shah from MOBHouse Productions.
Today we have something really interesting for you guys. It's the Aorus RGB Memory that we briefly checked out at Computex 2018 for those who have been following us.
Dude, isn't this the one that comes with 2 8GB kit but comes in a pack of 4?
Yes, that's right. It comes with 2 dummy modules that are RGB infused, so you can sync them up with all your RGB bling bling.
So it means that it's going to be quite expensive because for you to have something integrated like this, correct?
Priced at 979 ringgit or $229 US, it's a tad more expensive than your usual kit at this specs. However, I feel that this is the most inexpensive way to fill up 4 DIMM slots without buying 4 sticks of RAM.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Firstly, the aesthetics. The Aorus RAM comes with a pretty low-profile gunmetal colored heat spreader made from 39mm tall, 2mm thick brushed aluminum. The design is pretty minimal except for a painted Aorus logo as well as some diagonal etchings and a bevel edge where it meets the gold context. There's also an Aorus theme white pattern painted onto the full-width light diffusers on top. All in all, the RAM feels pretty weighty, so it seems that Aorus hasn't skimped on materials.
The dummy modules look identical to the real ones except for the fact that they have a much tinier contact point. Their only purpose here is to provide RGB lighting in place of otherwise empty DIMM slots.
Speaking of RGB, the Aorus RAM syncs up with other Gigabyte products such as our Aorus Z370 Gaming 5 and GTX 1080 through the RGB Fusion utility software. If you're using it with components from other brands, you can still do some basic customization through RGB Fusion Link.
There are a total of 11 presets that you can choose from with a bazillion color combinations. The white patterns add a subtle touch of gamer aesthetics. Also, LED brightness is just nice, so they'll add some accent lighting to complement your entire RGB setup without hurting your eyes.
In terms of underlying ICs, we're looking at a 10-layer PCB with Samsung B-Die chips. This kit is rated at 3200MHz with 16, 18, 18 38 timings and 1.35 volts. While this is not the fastest RAM we've seen, it's a pretty solid first attempt from Aorus.
What I'm really curious about is how much overclocking headroom it will give us with our Intel Coffee Lake test bench.
Here are the specs of our test bench. We're using the Intel i7 8700K processor, easily overclocked to 5GHz on our Aorus Z370 Gaming 5 motherboard and an Aorus GTX 1080 Xtreme edition with 8GB of GDDR5.
We're going to test the Aorus RAM at the default 3200MHz against a simple 3600MHz overclock, configured with only the XMP profile in the BIOS.
Now let's take a look at the benchmarks. So Shane, as an overclocking enthusiast, what are your honest thoughts about the Aorus RGB Memory Kit?
Well, it performs as well as Samsung B-Die's would, so that's really cool. I started off with the XMP profile at 3200MHz and then I bumped up the system memory multiplier while keeping the timing mode at auto. If you want better results, you have to manually overclock the RAM.
So you're saying I have to manually adjust every single thing inside the BIOS for me to get optimal results or better results. So that's more extra work lah.
Yeah lah, what do you think? Life easier. Okay, now your turn.
What?
So what do you think about the Aorus RGB Memory?
I find that the dummy memory module works seamlessly, so you can sync them up with all your other working memories. And I find it rather funny for a manufacturer that actually produces or comes up with motherboards and graphics cards to be the first one to actually produce something like this.
It's brilliant.
Awesome. It's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, it's really brilliant. And I like the low profile heat spreader design, which means that it will fit in any rig you have out there.
And I also like the brushed aluminum feel, you know, it gives you a nice premium look, and the fact that you can look like $1 million without having to spend so much money. So you spend for 2, you get 4.
Yeah. Buy 1, free 1, buy 2, free 2.
So there you have it, guys. That's the Aorus RGB Memory Kit. And if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. Of course, hit subscribe if you have not, and drop us a comment down below if you have any other questions at all. And we'll see you
in the next one.
Dummy.
Into take 10.
Okay.
Take 10. Take 10. Just for hey guys, can you see what